Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mangs, and welcome you guys back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Staff of Ages. It's time for Chapter 2, which is called Winds of Change. And in this chapter, we get introduced to the dumbest queen that ever lived. Fort Circle summoned a messenger to carry Lord Owen and Lord Sawyer's message to the capital city of Idithra. After a week of travel, the message arrived in Queen Calvestra's royal court. Seneca, Calvestra's head advisor, now bears the message as he begins to present it to his queen. And yeah, here we have Seneca, the hero of the story. He is clearly the good guy. Here we have also the villain, the stupid Queen of Arindon. My queen, a messenger has arrived with news from Owen and Sawyer.
Owen and Sawyer? It must be about Fort Circle. What did the message say, Seneca?
They say that an R&D's commander arrived and claimed the fort was within their borders and attacked when they refused to relinquish the fort. They aided the fort commander and successfully fought them off, with the fort taking some damage.
I'm relieved that they are in good health and that the attack managed to be routed. That fort has been within our borders long before I was even alive. Send an envoy with some supplies and a squadron of soldiers to aid the commander and his men. Oh, she actually sent soldiers!
This is a change. She refused to send soldiers in the last patch. So few soldiers? My queen, I urge you to send more troops than that to Circle. It will be lost without more manpower to defend it should R&Ds choose to attack it again.
I understand your concern, Seneca. However, as one of my advisors, you must trust me when I say no more needs to be done. I appreciate your suggestions.
Because this is a nice change to make her slightly less retarded. In the last patch, she refused to send any soldiers at all. She just sent supplies.
But we cannot afford to spread our soldiers so thin in times like these. We not only have the Arindon to deal with, but bandits from within our own borders. Summon a messenger to inform my general of my intentions.
And as one of your advisors, I urge you to take my advice. Will you really only send them supplies and a measly handful of men? Is that truly all the concern you can muster for your own countrymen?
The situation with Arindon is a delicate one. There is a balance to be struck, and I am confident that the amount of troops and supplies I will send to Circle will be more than enough.
Balance? What balance? How in the world is letting Arindon lay claim to our lands and do whatever they please to it balanced? The people of Fortuita will not stand idly by and watch our homeland be taken bit by R&D's fill. Oh, I do believe I called her the Queen of Arindon. I meant Queen of Fortuita.
There are many factors to consider when dealing with international affairs. Many more than you realize. This job is as stressful as it comes.
She still makes excuses though, like a bitch. Is it now? Well, if it's so stressful for you, then it's high time you retire. I don't believe queens retire. I don't think that's how queens work. Like, I don't think you can just stop being queen. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know, I just didn't. I kind of want to do something else. Just leave my crown here. You guys just take over this nation. I'm done.
Are you alright, Mother? I'm fine, Belle. Sometimes I forget how quick-tempered Seneca can be. That arrogant, loud-mouthed scoundrel, I'm going to give him a piece of my mind the next time I see him, you can be sure of that. Sometimes I forget how quick-tempered you can be, too. What was it about this time? He disapproves of my actions towards Arindon. At the very least, you have my support. I know that despite how things may appear, every action you take is in Fortuita's best interests. And how do things appear? Well, to an outside observer, it may appear that you are disinterested in the conflict, and that you don't care about the suffering of the people. I'm doing everything I can to protect my people. Yes, of course, but a public sign of solidarity might quell their tempers. Any sort of action like that could provoke a larger response from Arindon. I don't even know if I'm prepared enough for a conflict of the current magnitude, let alone a bigger one. I simply cannot risk an escalation of hostilities. Your current actions might not agitate Arindon, but they do seem to be agitating Fortuita. You're an intelligent woman, Mother. I know you can think of some sort of compromise. Thank you for your input, Belle. Now, I'd appreciate if you gave me some time alone with my thoughts. As you wish, Mother. This is all I can do. I hope my people can forgive me.
So yeah, they definitely took some steps to make her less retarded, and I really liked that. Like, so Seneca's just angry because she didn't heed his advice to the fullest, but at least she sent soldiers this time. Ah, Sebastian, just the man that I wanted to see. And yeah, here is Mr. Totally not a villain with his plague in hand gesture. What a pleasant surprise, Lord Seneca. To what do I owe the pleasure of this meeting? I've come into knowledge of some disturbing news, and I thought you might like to know. Perhaps we should head somewhere a little more private before continuing? You're just as sharp as ever, Sebastian. Come, let's walk. The fresh air will do us some good. After you, my lord. So he is a sage. Alright. Seneca's gotten a new sprite as well. This spot should be plenty private. Now you were saying? Arindon is getting bolder and bolder with their moves. They attacked Fort Cercel earlier this week, but Calvestro's laptop managed to keep them at bay, sustaining only minor damages to the keep. Is that all? I hardly see why we have to step out for the... Let me finish. Ooh, nice. This is new. This... Oh, I like this music. Calvestra, in her infinite wisdom, only sends out supplies and a single squadron of soldiers to the fort. She did not send a proper battalion to defend our borders. Sebastian, just supplies and fewer than 15 soldiers. That's hardly surprising. She always managed to pick the worst course of action when it comes to dealing with Arindon. Precisely. She must be removed from power as soon as possible, and we're going to be the ones to do it. Now you're speaking my language. What do you need me to do? Head to the village and rile up the citizens. They're plenty upset already, so your silver tongue should make quick work of them. I'll start working on getting the military on our side. If we can get both groups on board, our success is guaranteed. What a deliciously devious plan. I'm honored to be part of it. When I'm done with those villagers, their thirst for rebellion will be unquenchable. Uh-oh. Rebellion? That's a foreboding sign. I need to tell the captain about this. I still think that maybe they should have given the villagers more of a reason to be upset with the queen. I know Fire Emblem villagers are really stupid and they listen to anything you tell them, but still. Would be nice if, like, she did something to piss them off aside from this. Fort Cercel was attacked by R&D's dogs, and all the queen does is send a token of supplies and 10 Forturitan men. Oh, I like how he downplays it a little bit. Once more, she ignores the attacks on our land. She doesn't even seem to care about her own people. How can she expect us to stay quiet in the face of this outrage? She lives comfortably in her palace while we live in constant fear of attack. Why has the queen turned her back on us during the time of war? Citizens of Fortuita, we must stand together. Let's show the queen that there are consequences for her lack of action. Gather yourselves and we shall take what is ours from the hands of our apathetic rulers. Who is with me? We are. Excellent work, Sebastian. You managed to rile up 2 villagers. They will surely help us in the rebellion. Continue to sow the seed of insurrection, and the rebellion will grow before our very eyes. Have you managed to gather the support of the nobles yet? Almost, my friend. I'm on my way to see them again now. The Queen's latest action, or lack thereof, has left a bad taste in their mouths. I have no doubt they'll be swayed to our side by the end of the day. Haven't I told you that you are brilliant, Seneca? Oh, maybe once or twice. Thank you for all your support, Sebastian. Your skill at riling the people has surpassed my expectations. All that's left for you to do is wait. Once we have the nobles on our side, we can finally topple the Forturitan regime. And teach Arindon a lesson they won't soon forget. I eagerly await the day we begin. Arindon will soon learn the folly of attacking Fortuita. So yeah, they managed to rile up 2 villagers, and now the rebellion has begun. I know it's not just 2 villagers, I just like to be a smartass. Una, we need to talk. Hello, Princess Belle, what's on your mind? Well, I couldn't help but listen in a bit on the conversation Seneca and my mother were having. Belle, you know you aren't supposed to do that. I know. But Mother has once again spoken of an increase in bandit attacks within our borders. I've talked to a few people here and there, and they've mentioned a lot of bandits congregating. It's a difficult word, just congregate around Sabada. Yeah, perfect. Aren't you guys glad I'm voice acting? Well, I don't know too much about that. It's my job to protect you, not to worry about what our soldiers should be handling. Why bring this up anyway? Mother said that our soldiers were spread thin, Una. If they can't handle any more than they already have to deal with, someone else should step into assist them. And that someone would be... Isn't it obvious? Me. Forget that nonsense, Belle. We have a military whose job it is to fight for Fortuita's safety. Besides, what can one person do to turn the tide of what your mother... if what your mother says is true? What about the Forturitan people? Who knows what kind of suffering they'll have to endure should those bandits be allowed to walk over our villages? Belle, I understand your concern, but I really don't think Mother would approve of this plan. You could be captured, or worse. Has a little bit of danger ever stopped me before? Well, no. Then it's settled. We'll leave immediately. If I'm right, the village should be somewhere to the east. I had one of the nobles mark it on my map.
Does this sudden excursion stem from a need to fight? We have plenty of guards that should be more than willing to spar with you here. I still don't see the need for this. Una, I know you don't want to see me hurt, but I refuse to let other people do my fighting for me. Especially not with how overworked our military is. Besides, most of the guards around here would go easily on me anyway. Maybe some real combat would do me well. Very well. I see now that nothing I can say will sway you. Just don't ride too far ahead of me, won't you? Ah, Belle has a black Pegasus now. That looks amazing. It's quiet out here. Is this the right of village? Hold a moment, Belle. Listen. There appears to be some sort of ruckus going on within the village walls. Are they? Oh dear, I believe they're under attack. An attack? It must be the bandits. They don't appear to be wearing R&D's uniforms. Admittedly, they're not wearing much clothing at all. I'd say you're right. This is what we came here for, Una. Let's go help them. I still think we should at least alert some of the military stationed around here, Belle. Belle? Oh, she's already gone. I love this fucker. He's Maggie, but with a beard.
This one's easy picking, boys. It'll be our 5th raid this month. Our Indian can't pillage our country if we pillage it first. Maybe this'll teach that old hag they call our queen not to ignore her citizens. Well, would you look at this? The princess herself is on her way here. Looks like royal blood will be spilling sooner than we thought.
Alright, so it's time to jump into the second map. So here is Belle, one of the third main character of this game. She is a Pegasus Knight, and she rides a black Pegasus, which I really think is awesome. She has pretty decent base stats, and she comes with her personal weapon, the EP, which I have no idea how you even pronounce that, but I'm just gonna say the EP. And it's a rapier, essentially. I mean, that's what it is. It has the same stats as a rapier. So she's a sword-wielding Pegasus Lord, and her growths are pretty good. I mean, her strength growth is kinda low, but her speed and luck are fantastic, as you'd expect. And she's pretty squishy. But with that kind of speed and luck, she'll be a dodge tank pretty easily. Although Pegasus Knights don't really benefit from ground terrain, so it's kind of tricky for her to like get a lot of avoidance, because she can't stand on forest tiles and such, but she's still going to be a very useful character, I think. Alright, then we have her retainer. Oh, I should probably read their texts. Fortuitous heir, fiercely determined to restore peace to her homeland. Then we have Una, a maiden of Fortuita and Belle's retainer, sensible and calm. She's a troubadour. And, of course, troubadours in this game can wield light magic as well as heal. This is actually a complaint that I had, because I felt that troubadours, like, you do get a cleric later on, and she can only heal, at least in the previous patch. And I thought that was a massive disbalance, because troubadours are already superior to clerics since they have a horse, and now they can also attack, whereas the clerics can only heal. I really hope clerics can also use light magic, or that clerics have some sort of benefit that troubadours don't have. But yeah, Una, pretty much what you'd expect from a troubadour. She has pretty high speed and luck. That's about it. Good resistance as well. Magic is below average. Defense is pretty piss poor. Constitution very low. Alright. Alright, so I do believe we also get another character here. So let's start by taking out this guy. I think the best course of action is probably to attack with Una first. So that way Belle can finish him off. If I remember correctly, we also get attacked by a Wyvern Knight later on. Unless they've changed that. Alright, let's hope Belle doesn't get... Okay, so... Ooh, cool! They've given Belle a custom animation. It looks a little weird. It's like a couple of frames are missing. I mean, I definitely love the look of her Pegasus, and I think it's cool that she has her own animation now, instead of just being a generic Pegasus Knights, but still, there's something weird about that animation. I'm gonna have to look at it again. If that royal brat and her friends think they can save the village and get away with it, they're in for a rude awakening. The minute they reach that village, bring out the rest of the group. Alright, so we'll get attacked. We should probably not visit that village then. Should probably take a look at the boss as well. Gawain! Ah, cool! His name is Gawain. That's the original name of Ike's father. Probably a little bit of an homage to Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn right there. Okay, so we should probably not visit the village then, if that's the case. Or at least we should wait a little bit with visiting it. I mean, I like that Una can attack. I was never a big fan of healers only being able to heal in the first place.
But I definitely think that if Una can attack, so should the cleric that joins later. Yeah, I think it's when the Pegasus turns around, there's like seems to be a couple of frames missing. I don't know. There's just something off about this animation. But the Pegasus itself looks fantastic. Nope. I wonder how her critical animation is. Oh no, she doesn't double this guy. Ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ow. Okay, we should probably whip forth the rapier for this. She doesn't double this guy either. What the fuck? It appears that I underestimated how many bandits were here. Indeed, their forces are many, perhaps too many. A retreat is our best hope for survival. Not a chance. I refuse to leave these villagers for dead. We have to keep fighting. I know we'll find a way to turn the tide. Ah, here comes the Axe Knights. Ooh, has he gotten a new portraits? It looks like he has. Phew, another solid practice session. Another few months with those training dummies, and I might be good enough to start sparring with a partner. It appears that someone new has arrived, and he looks equipped for combat. An ally might be enough to tip the scales of battle in our favor. Go over there and talk to him, princess. Alright, so here we have Mr. Charles. He is a cavalier, but he's an axe-wielding cavaliers. I wish they would just name them Axe Knights instead of calling them cavaliers. I hope they will in a future patch. I can't see his growth rest yet because he's not a playable character. I think he's gotten a buff to his constitution. I'm pretty sure his con didn't used to be 13. He still takes penalties from steel axes, but at least he can use iron and hand axes without speed penalty. But yeah, so Belle sadly cannot kill this guy, but if I do some damage with Una first, then Belle should be able to kill him with her E-Peen. I'm just gonna call it the E-Peen because I'm sorry, that it's impossible for me not to. Let's go E-Peen. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Now, they also need to update the description for the rapier, or the EP, because it says strong against infantry. Should be mounted units and armored units. Yay, Belle leveled strength. Well, I suppose we should be happy that she's leveling strength, if anything. Also, this brigand is in a mountain now, so he's gonna be fucking impossible to hit him. Not sure if Charles moves on his own. He does move. Okay, that's lovely. Let's go and talk to him. Hey, you, on the horse, are you a friendly? Are you Princess Belle? What are you doing out here in my village? I heard that there were some bandits attacks out this way. With our military fighting on more fronts than it could handle, I thought I would come to help. Bandits? What are they doing out here in my village? What else do bandits do? Well, what are we just standing around for? Come, princess, we gotta run. What? You'd really leave your friends and neighbors to die at the hands of these bandits? We have to stay and fend them off. Oh no, I can't fight them, I'm not ready. I'd just be throwing myself at them to die. No, we need to go alert someone better prepared than I. There's no time. If you don't even try to fight, you're just sealing their fate. What is your name, friend? I'm Charles. Charles, listen. These people are under attack. They're your family, your friends, your fellow Fortuitans. We're the only ones with any chance of saving them, making it our duty to do so. Is this not the moment you've been training for? Why work to be strong if you won't use that strength to protect the weak? My retainer and I plan on fighting until the end, but we'll need your help to make that end a good one. Can I count on you? You're right. My training would be for nothing if I never put it to the test. I have to do what I can to help. Thank you, princess. I think I really need that. I'm yours to command. Alright. Now, we need to be a little bit careful here because, of course, we don't want this bandit to destroy the village. Anyway, so now we can check out Charles's growth rates. Just gonna turn his animations on. So yeah, here we go. He has, as you'd expect of an axe-wielding cavalier, he has low skill, good strength, decent speed actually, and high defense, of course, and really good hit points growth, because of course he's supposed to be a bulky frontline unit. I think maybe I would increase his defense growth even further. I mean, I personally, I feel like this is again falling a little bit into the Bloodlines conundrum here, where they seem very afraid of giving characters good growth rates. But I think an Axe Knight should perhaps at least have a 50% strength and defense growth, and maybe just a lower speed growth. Because again, you don't need Charles to double, you need him to be tough, bulky, and hit hard. So, I don't know. I would reduce his speed growth to like 20% and increase his strength and defense growth by 10. Like 55% strength and 50% defense and 20% speed. I think that would be nice, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, we're gonna go and deal with this guy now. Of course, this is also really nice design. I mean, you get an Axe Knight on your team, and what do they send at you? A lance-wielding cavalier. You know, this is really nice design. This basically means... I mean, I really love this enemy placement, because, like, you want to throw some enemies at us to show us how good Charles is, and of course you want to send some cavaliers at us with lances, you know, to show off his strength. This is why, like, for example, if you recruit a fighter wielding a hammer, you should send some armor knights his way. If you recruit a myrmidon with a killing edge, you should send some brigands at him, you know. This is just some nice design to show off a character's strength right away, and I really like that. Anyway, I'm going to visit this village now. Are you one of the people out there fighting the bandits? Here, take this. Our healer was injured in the last bandit attack, so it won't be of any use to them now. This raid looks even bigger than the last, so I bet you'll need it. I think you get a mend. That's sweet. I will not have this streak ruined by these pests. Boys, they've secured the village. Get in there and stop them. We will not leave them here alive. Bring out everyone we've got. Alright, so now they're coming at us full force. Ow. Okay, so we're taking some damage now. That is a lot of brigands. I do believe they send some more lance-wielding cavaliers at us as well. But yeah, I really wish they would name the cavaliers like Axe Knight, Lance Knight, Sword Knight. Is the princess on a Pegasus? Bring out the Wyvern. Kill her and capture the beast. We'll be living like kings if we can sell one of those. Wyvern? Well, be careful. Alright, so yeah, now they send a Wyvern at us. And he wields a Sword Reaver. So you definitely wanna... You want Charles to be the one dealing with this guy. I think actually, yeah, it's a Sword Reaver axe. So yeah, we definitely want Charles to be the one dealing with the Wyvern. So if we do this, then it should be okay for us to heal up Belle with Una. Or maybe we should just attack. No, you know what? We're gonna have to heal. We definitely want to heal. But yeah, that Wyvern is pretty nasty. And he comes with the Sword Reaver, so you kind of have to use Charles or Una to deal with him. And now that guy's in a mountain, so it's going to be really hard to hit him. I really wish Belle would double these guys. It would be a lot easier if she did, but I think it would just, you know, she's a fast unit, so. Luckily, Charles 2-rounds this guy, so that's nice. I think that's very intended with the design. There we go. His hit rate is a little bit shaky though, so if he misses one of these 2 attacks, you are in deep trouble. Okay, I think we'll move Belle over here. I want to get that brigand out of the mountain. Now, I haven't checked if they have any conversations. I should probably do that. I don't think they do that. Staff of Ages doesn't go berserk with its conversations like Bloodlines does. But yeah, I definitely think Belle should have the speed to double these brigands, or at least they should have the speed to be doubled by Belle. It would make this map flow a lot nicer, I think. Like, how much speed does she have? She has 8 speed, these guys have 5 speed. Yeah, just lower their speed by 1. Just put their speed down to 4, so that Belle can double them. And this map would just feel a lot nicer, a lot smoother. You don't even need to give Belle increased speed, just lower theirs. Alright, no talk conversations. That's good. Bum ba bum ba bum bum ba bum ba bum bum ba bum ba bum. Alright, so we'll let I'm not sure if Charles can move into mountains, but we'll let Belle be the one to deal with this guy. And yeah, we can always do this if we're unsure about where he can move. So we'll pull the Cavalier with Charles. Or maybe with Belle, we'll see. Now the boss can attack with a hand axe, so I'm pretty sure he has this. Yeah, he has the same range as this guy. So that's nasty. I don't think it's possible for us to. No, I don't think it's possible for us to bait him out either. I mean, if Una heals herself up, then no, she won't be able to take a hand axe and... She won't be able to take a hand axe and an iron lance from that guy. It's not gonna happen. What I guess I can do is I can place Charles in a forests, maybe? I don't know. Skill. Lovely. Yeah, I think I know what I can do right here. Okay, so this is next level strats right here. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. You guys want to see next level strats? Does he actually start moving? No, he doesn't. He should move. I feel like he should start moving after a couple of turns. That would definitely make this chapter feel a lot better. Aw, yeah. Look at that. And just to be safe, I'm going to quaff a Vulnerary just so Una is combat ready in case I need to fight with her. So yeah, now I get the benefits from the forests. Next level strats, boys. You know, maybe we've been going about this all wrong. Instead of terrorizing these villagers, we should have been going after you and your little gang from the start. I'm sure the death of the princess and her friends would finally bring the queen to her senses. Well, better late than never. Bump, 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 bump. Alright, time to fuck over this guy. But I'm pretty sure Belle can finish off the bandit. Alright, Charles level up, let's go. Hit point. Bleh. Alright, we're just gonna use the pin right now. Let's go. I wanna see a crits, that'd be sweet. Ow. Bump, 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 bump. This guy's pretty fucking tough. So he does 10 damage. Alright, shouldn't be a big deal. Even if we do get hit. I don't think he's gonna go after Una anyway. He's probably gonna attack Charles, because he has a higher chance of hitting him. Hit points, skill, and speed. Alright, that's a good level up. I'm never sad to get speed. Oh, he does go after Una. Okay, interesting. Well, good for me. Bump, 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 bump. Alright, I'm just gonna soften him up further. Actually, I think if we dumped off Una in the forest, she would have been able to take out the boss and the cavalier, because she would have insane avoidance anyway. Alright, I'm gonna give this kill to Charles. You fools! You're letting Arinden... Alright, the bandit leader is dead. That should be enough to send the rest of those fiends running for the hills. You're an awe-inspiring sight on the battlefield, princess. I've never seen someone dive into the fray so swiftly and come out raring for more. It was an easy swing, or it was easy with a talent like you fighting by my side. Your skill with an axe is superb, you have nothing to worry about. I don't know how to thank you for saving my village. Everyone I know would have died, and I would have been too scared to do anything about it if you hadn't shown up. I knew the royal family was still trustworthy. How many people are there that think poorly of my family? Most everyone I know, to be honest with you. But it mostly pertains to your mother. They all think she doesn't really care anymore. I never thought so, though. I always thought she was just scared of messing up, kinda like me. But you certainly proved that you're looking out for the people today. I am eternally in your debt. It seems like the country's dissatisfaction is even more widespread than we thought. I think you should speak to your mother again about the situation, Belle. I agree. She doesn't seem to understand the severity of the situation. I'll try to get through to her once more. But first things first. Charles, you saved me. Plenty of times today. So you can forget that eternal debt nonsense, and we'll call it even. If we train together, I'm certain we'll have no trouble dealing with more of those bandits. Perhaps we'll even be able to fight off the R&Ds if it comes to it. I'd be honored. I certainly didn't think this was how my day would go when I woke up this morning. It's like I always say, it only takes a moment for the world to change. I never heard you say that. Well, you heard me say it right now, didn't you? Anyways, I don't know about you, but I'm starving. Would you care to join us for a meal back at the castle, Charles? Una is the wizard in the kitchen. As guilty as charged. Sure, I know I let a fighting could work up such an appetite. Back home we go, then. I think we've had enough excitement for one day. Alright, so again, I really like this chapter. Only two changes that I would make to it. I would lower the brigand speed so that Belle doubles them. Yes, it would make the chapter easier, but it would make it flow a lot faster. And I would make the boss move after like turn 5 or 6. He should go like, I'm coming for you, bitch, and he starts moving alongside the Cavalier. I think that would be a nice change of pace, and it would make the map feel more intense, and it would make the map feel more dangerous. I was never a big fan of the motionless boss standing in a corner waiting for you to attack him. I mean, it just drags the map out, and I don't like that. Make him charge you at turn 5 or 6 after you've dealt after you deal with the Wyvern. Give the player about 1 to 2 turns to recover, and then have the boss charge them. Also, don't give him a hand axe. Hand axes are annoying to deal with, especially on moving bosses. I would just give him a steel axe. Give him a steel axe so he hits hard, but yeah, make him go into melee, because it really sucks, like, because since Charles can deal with him, but he doesn't have a weapon triangle advantage, Una is a little bit too squishy. Belle is kind of the one you need to deal with him, and the fact that he has a hand axe means Belle can't retaliate on enemy phase, which makes him more annoying than anything else. So again, that's my advice. Give him a steel axe instead, so that will make him hit a lot harder. It will make it impossible for Una or Charles to safely deal with him, because he'd be hitting so much harder, but it would make Belle be able to deal with him. And give him, like, set his space speed down to 4 so Belle doubles him. Again, this chapter should really be about showcasing Belle. It should be about, like, having Belle have an edge. Like, Charles shows up to help you against the Wyvern, as well as the Cavaliers, but have Belle be the star of this map. And that's why I want Belle to double the Brigands, because she should be the star of this map. She should be the MVP, because she's the Lord. So use this map to showcase Belle. So yeah, that is my advice to you, Staff of Ages team. Anyway, I'm certainly having a blast. Hope you guys are having a blast as well. Please consider leaving a like and a comment if you enjoyed this part. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.